Spring training games are underway in 30 days, man, until opening day. I'm pumped. We're going to talk about it right here on this episode of the Dugout Dispatch. Welcome to the Dugout Dispatch, everybody. Man, it is crazy to think. It feels like just the other day that we were watching the World Series.
Dude, 30
days.
0. Man. Number of days till me and you are at Wrigley Field in the outfield with our buds. Game 1 of the season.
I'm wearing this hat. Opening
30
day.
30 days.
Come at me, bro.
I count to 30 like it's going to be like that.
Before you know it, we're going to be standing in line to get into the bleachers at Wrigley, and it's going to be 30 minutes until they open the gates. We're about to go from 30 days to 30 minutes before gates open. Before you know it. Ain't that insane?
Been watching a lot of college baseball too to get me in. You been watching any of that?
Yeah. Dude, I watched Nebraska play the Red Sox the other day.
Oh, yes. And, like, I talked to my guy, Ron, the other day, and I was like, it's college baseball season. When you're pulling up and you're seeing some of these teams, you've got like 30 to 3 scores. And you're thinking you're looking at football scores, but no, baby, it's college baseball. But, dude, Western, they're like 5-2 right now. They got a big game today. Tomorrow. Let's go, play baby. Kentucky, and then in just a few weeks they play Louisville at Bowling Green. Wow. I'll be there. I'm gonna be sick that day, so I will be at that game.
That's awesome, man. I definitely want to go to watch. I want to go watch WKU play this year. They had a tremendous season last year, and so did Louisville. Louisville had a good season.
Louisville. They started off, I want to say they started off this season ranked number 7, but they've kind of been, they may not even be ranked right now, but they've been tough to watch. I think Vandy's unranked 2 now. LSU, man. I know UCLA is number 1, but LSU, dude, they've got a couple pitchers. Their Saturday pitcher from last Saturday was nasty. 11 strikeouts. I want to say he had 11 strikeouts after 4 or 5 innings. Just stupid. And Coastal Carolina. Nice thing about them is you can watch them on ESPN Plus. They play on ESPN Plus all the time. You don't have to have ESPN Unlimited, but they're too, man. They're good. But
right
baseball season, baby. Baseball season.
Here. It's officially here. Gosh, we're so excited. I mean, this offseason has just flown by, don't you think? I think it has.
It has. It really has. Ever since the winter meetings ended, and it always feels so slow when you're trying to see, waiting on everybody to make their moves and their signings and all that kind of crap. And it feels like ever since we since we made it out of January, it feels like it's flown by. And February basically over. Happy birthday, Dad, by the way. But
happy birthday, Mr. Edmonds.
But
birthday, buddy.
Yeah, ever since February, it hit February 1st. It's like it's flown by.
Yeah, it truly has. I mean, ever since Kyle Tucker's son, all those names just started to fall off the board, and things have been active, and just hasn't really eased up since. And I saw
Is there a signing? No, we don't have to talk about our Cubs. But is there a signing out there that you saw that you're just interested to see how it plays out? Is there a guy that signed with the team that you're interested to see what happens?
Man, that's a great question. A couple. Definitely interested to see what happens with Kyle Tucker out in LA, how he's going to gel in that lineup. I think he'll do well, man, because he gets to hide in a lineup full of superstars. I'm interested to see Dylan Cease with the Toronto Blue Jays this year, how that works out for him. Thought that was somebody that, our Cubbies was going to get. But super excited to see what happens with Edward Cabrera and the Cubs, obviously, where he's going to be at in the starting pitching rotation. Pete Alonso with the Orioles.
Yeah, that'd be
Um,
a good one.
I think the Orioles are high on everybody's list, maybe to see how they bounce back this season
Mhm.
from the previous year or two. Um, Especially with Pete Alonso's veteran experience in that clubhouse, what he's going to bring to the table, how he's going to help some of these younger guys like Gunnar Henderson or even Jackson Holiday. Um, yeah, and the Braves, like a lot of people have the Braves, yourself included, doing fairly well this year.
Yep.
Um, I guess I don't think about enough. I haven't thought about enough this off season with who they're getting back, how healthy they're going to be. They did lose an outfielder. What was his name? They lost an outfielder. The Pirates signed him.
Oh, Marcell Ozuna.
Ozuna, yeah.
Yeah, well, their
Um,
DH, he does not have a snowball's chance in the outfield. But he,
yeah,
I
his
guess
outfield days are over.
technically on paper, I'll never forget that little the video of him in St. Louis, climbing the wall, thinking that he's going to rob a home run, and the ball bounces like 10 feet in front of him
Yeah,
in the field. So that's a
yeah.
Cardinals player for you. But
There you
anyways,
go. And some managers. Of course, the San Francisco Giants hired a new
yeah,
manager for their team straight out of college. He came from Tennessee. He's never coached an MLB before. How's that going to work out? Very
mhm.
excited for those guys to see what happens. And of course, Craig Albatraz, the new manager for the Orioles. He
What about
was
the
working
Nationals? The Nationals have a manager that's younger than I think he's I think he's 35.
30,
He's either
34,
34 or
35.
35.
Yeah,
Well, that's gonna be interesting
that's crazy,
for the
dude.
Nationals.
One of the youngest like signings I can think of like that in a long time for like a manager, head coach position was Sean McVay whenever he got hired as the head coach for the LA Rams. I know it's NFL, but I think he was 33.
That's crazy. It's just
Youngest head coach at that time.
I'd have to say I'd have to say one random guy that who's also playing in the WBC, by the way, for team, I believe Puerto Rico. Yeah, Puerto Rico. Very crazy. I didn't even realize he had Puerto Rican descent or whatever. But I'm interested in Nolan Arenado with Arizona.
Yeah,
Arizona. I like the stories of the guys that. I mean, he's still probably got a few years left, but I like the stories of the guys that are kind of knocking on the door of their final few years, possibly in the MLB. And
yeah,
his first AB in spring training cranks a homer. Here
right.
in about a week, he'll be. I guess they'll be playing their games in. I think they either start in Houston or no, they may be in Miami. But yeah, it'll just be fun to watch him with Team Puerto Rico playing on that stage, and then come back with Arizona. And Arizona's always a sneaky good team. I know they've got a solid pitching staff. They got a great lineup in Ketel Marte and
Yeah,
Geraldo.
extended Zach Gallen.
Extended
He's
Zach
staying there.
Gallen or brought him back. Corbin Carroll with the hand thing, which he's going to miss. He's going to miss the WBC,
That's a big blow.
WBC, and I think the first month of the season. But when he comes back, I mean, Arizona's always sneaky good. So Nolan Arenado,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how well he clicks with everybody. But he's just a guy that I'm interested. I like keeping up with him a little bit, especially when he was with Colorado. Not so much with St. Louis, but he wasted 5 years of his career in St. Louis, poor guy. But yeah, he's a guy that I'm just interested this spring just to see how it works.
And congrats to Roman Anthony. I think he's the one.
Oh, that's right.
replacing
Yeah, he's the
Corbin Carroll
replacement. Yeah.
for Team USA. So talking more about the WBC stuff, it's coming up. You said what, March 7th, March 6th?
I believe the first game is I just had it a while ago. I think
Next
it's
weekend.
March 4th.
March 4th.
I believe it was Chinese Taipei, but everything. I think Team USA's first game is the 6th. I'm pretty sure.
The 6th.
But
it is
yeah,
Tuesday, February 24th, as we record this. So it is next week. We get some meaningful baseball, man. And speaking of meaningful baseball in the WBC, I heard on a podcast yesterday that I was listening to. I'm pretty sure they said it was Jose Canseco's son is playing for, is it maybe Italy or something like that? He's a kid. He's like 17. He's not even in college yet.
You're talking about
is it Jose Canseco's son?
No, Jose Contreras.
Contreras. Jose
Contreras. His son plays for team. He plays on the maybe Cuba.
Cuba. Okay. Going to be
there's a
pitching to
team.
Aaron Judd.
There's
Can
a
you imagine
team.
that?
Him and Andrew Jones's son is playing on that team. I believe on the
That's
same
super
team.
cool.
But so yeah, exactly. I think it's in. Like I remember 3 years ago, there was a pitcher for the Netherlands that was throwing like 75 miles an hour and struck out Shohei Ohtani, like stuff like that too. Like I know we all get caught up in Team USA's roster. You get caught up in Japan and the DR and Venezuela and all those rosters, and you see all them. But I also like seeing those stories of like the dude for the Netherlands he was probably playing high school ball just 2 years ago, and now he's pitching here. Probably who knows what he does in his day-to-day life. Like, I don't know if he was a professional baseball player in the Netherlands or not, and he strikes out Shohei Ohtani. And yeah, stories like that with Contreras' son, that he's 17 years old and he's hitting like 98 miles an hour. And yeah, like you said, could have a possibility of going up against an Aaron Judge, against a Shohei or a Cal Raleigh or whoever. And just all that exposure that those players are going to get. That stuff's cool too, because you wouldn't see that. You would not see that in any other. And I want to say that guy may be a commit to Vanderbilt.
Is he committed yet?
I think he's committed to Vanderbilt, which doesn't technically mean he plays there. He's just, he's committed to go to Vandy, which that would be awesome, because me and you could just go an hour and a half south of here to watch him play.
Yeah.
But
if he goes there, we'll see how well he does in the WBC.
He goes there,
he may have major league teams hollering at him. We'll see.
I'm going to say they probably do, or probably will. But yeah, man, it's just that kind of stuff too is interesting. You look at these rosters that, like we talked about with, I believe it was Cuba, that they're only allowing Cuban, like straight 100% Cuban, no Cuban Americans or nothing.
Sad.
Like a lot of guys
some political stuff involved. It's sad because there's some Cuban American people that I guess they don't want them to come play, and some other players like Andy Pages, I think, has decided, well, I'm not going to go play if this is kind of the vibe. I hate that, because Cuba and even Puerto Rico are two of the most like decorative teams, if you will,
for sure,
in the World Baseball Classic over the years. I think,
but at the same time, like. We still could possibly get those stories like we did 3 years ago. These random guys that we may not know about that just they get a chance to go up against an Aaron Judge, and you struck out Aaron Judge, or I hit a home run off of Paul. This guy hit a home run off Paul Skeens or whatever. Just, I mean, on one end I get it, and then on the other end I see both sides of it for sure.
Yeah, and this is arguably one of the best rosters I think Team USA has ever had. I mean,
for sure. I mean,
the pitching is insane. You got Scooble, and you got Skeens, and Logan Webb, and Joe Ryan, our boy Matthew Boyd's in the mix.
Joe Ryan, fingers crossed. He missed his first start. He missed his first spring start. I believe it was because of back issues. When I first heard about it, I thought it was an arm. It was an arm thing. And the second I heard that, I was like, "There's no way he's playing. It's a back issue. Hopefully, it's minor, because he's a guy that could definitely use the exposure for sure.
Would love to see him for sure.
Scooball, did you see the stuff about Scooble yesterday?
Yeah, he's only going to pitch one game.
How do you feel about that?
I'm not mad at it in a way, because, of course, you want him to be fresh and not get hurt and have a good season with the Detroit Tigers. Maybe DeRosa can get strategic and when he's going to let him start, depending on who they're matched up with.
Think here's the other thing, too. I'm pretty sure he's going to make the second start, which would be against Great Britain.
Great Britain, yeah. And Jazz Chisholm is playing for Great Britain, right? I think I saw that the other day.
Might be, yeah. But like, does that make you mad as far as Tarek Skubal only pitching in one game?
It does if it's against Great Britain. Like, I'm worried about Mexico. I think Brazil could be sneaky good. Like,
Mexico's sneaky good. They were.
I want to beat Canada this year in baseball and hockey.
Yeah, I mean,
so yeah,
I'm not mad. I can't be mad at Tarek Skubal. I mean, we got to understand that this guy is about to start a season in which, if all things go well and healthy, he's making 400 plus million. So it's a business decision. And you can't be mad at Tarek. Now, with that being said, you can be upset at the situation or maybe disappointed because, oh man, like the one thing though is, I guess supposedly all these reporters knew that already, but we didn't hear anything about. They knew that from day one, but we didn't hear anything about that until yesterday. That came out yesterday, and it's almost like air out of the balloon, just like your balloon just got popped, just like like it's going to be cool to see him pitch, and it's going to see him cool to be on that stage. It just stinks that it's only going to be for that, and maybe and not in like a quote unquote high leverage game. But again, I can't, because think about this. Let's say he does pitch this whole. Let's say he did pitch this whole thing, and he makes 3 starts or 2, whatever. Could you imagine what the narrative would be if Skubal hurt his arm early in the season, in the regular season? Oh, well, he shouldn't have been pitching for the WBC, all that crap. I can only imagine. And so I get it from his standpoint. It just stinks because, man, baseball's a business, and
it is
on both sides. And so, yeah, I can't blame him. But that being said, speaking of the pitches, which there are, I was looking at the pitcher rules yesterday. They've got weird rules, I guess, as far as pitch counts and stuff. Have you seen that?
Yeah, a little bit, but not anything.
So basically, so the very first round, which is basically pool play. And in pool play, they decide who the top 2 teams are in each pool, and they'll advance. But in that first round, pitchers are only limited to 65 pitches per game. But in the semifinals and then the finals, they can go to 95 pitches. If they throw more than 50 pitches, they have to wait a minimum of 4 days.
Interesting.
And then they've got the 3-batter rule. And also, so Dominican Republic, for example, they basically have it's called a designated pitcher pool, and it's a pool of pitchers that are all eligible to pitch for that team. So, like, for example, the Dominican Republic, they have Luis Castillo. He's not technically on the quote unquote starting rotation right now, but he is in that pool. If they need him, they can use him. And he's a guy that I wish was he was already automatically punched in, like, yes, I'm pitching in this game. And hopefully we get to see him, because he's a guy that I think would be electric in this thing. And I'm pretty sure there's the pitch count rule that's still, or the pitch clock, that's still going to be a thing. It'll be interesting with teams like Japan, because Japan don't use it, but I think they'll be fine.
Are they using ABS?
I
haven't saw that yet.
I don't think so. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure they're not.
Did you see where the ABS messed up the other day I think it was the Cubs game against the Giants?
Oh, where
it froze up on the screen.
Like, on a quick side note, even though I know we're talking about WBC stuff, that ABS stuff, it's going to cause, I feel like it's going to cause more issues than, like, I think when it's all clocked out, like when it's all like, it's got the kinks worked out and everything like that, I think it's going to be something that we don't even notice. But this first season, I think they're going to spend more time dicking around with the ABS trying to get it to work. And it's really going to cause them to take up more time than it should. I watched yesterday, it was the Boston was playing somebody, and the catcher tapped his helmet, the catcher tapped the top of his helmet because he thought it was a strike. Umpire called it a ball. It was kind of funny because the ball was literally right down the middle. But just the time it took for him to stop and wait, like, that's going to get annoying. Like, I wish it was something where umpire has a earpiece in his ear and just, hey, they're challenging. Okay, okay, it's a strike. All right, it's a strike, or something like that. Like,
I just hope it don't like hurt the catcher's position in a way, and I'll explain, because there's some catchers out there that does a really great job at framing. It may look like it was kind of outside or up in the zone a little bit or whatever, but there's some guys that frame so well that, the umpires go with it. And there's sometimes maybe you shouldn't be mad at the umpire. You should be mad at
Oh
how
yeah.
well the catcher
I feel
framed
like,
it.
yeah, I bet there's probably going to be a couple of times where the really good catchers that know the zone very well, they are going to purposefully catch it in a way where the hitter may think it's a ball. So it's going to cause the hitter to tap his helmet and use his one challenge because, oh, he saw how the catcher caught it. So it's definitely a ball and it ends up
Yeah.
being a strike. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, I think you like it if your team's at bat. Like I was watching Matt Shaw take an at bat the other day, and they challenged the call, and he won it, and you're like, heck yeah. But if you're on defense, probably not going to like it as much.
oh,
I
for
guess we'll
sure,
see.
for sure. But I
But
don't think I'm almost positive it's not going to be a rule in the WBC. I'm pretty sure they're not using the ABS in the WBC, but we'll see.
gotcha. It won't make me mad if they don't.
No, I
But
mean,
one more quick thing, since we're on the topic a little bit of catchers and to kind of wrap up the WBC stuff, we got a Kentucky boy, man, playing for Team USA, Will Smith from the Los Angeles
yeah.
Dodgers. Also, those of you that don't know, Tyler and I both reside, born and raised, probably be buried here, at least I will. Tyler probably agree, right here in the beautiful state of Kentucky. So, as fellow Kentuckians, pretty proud to see Will Smith playing for Team USA. He's going to be
Yeah.
catching along with Cal Raleigh. And, of course, just won a World Series this previous season.
He's probably
Excited to see him play.
Yeah, he's probably going to get a ton of playing time too. He's probably him and Cal Raleigh as far as swapping out and stuff. And yeah, it'll be interesting. I think, which I don't know if they have said. Have they? Oh yeah, Roman Anthony was Corbin Carroll's replacement, but have they said I wonder if they've said a possible replacement yet for I guess whether or not if Joe Ryan does not get to play with Team USA, it'll be interesting to see if
that's a great
who's going
question.
to replace him. I'm not sure, but anyways, I did see which I know everybody was wanting Mike Trout. I'm pretty sure Mike Trout, something with him. I want to say with him. He didn't qualify as far as insurance or whatever with the insurance reason, I guess, which is also the same reason like Shohei Ohtani, for example. Shohei Ohtani won't be pitching in the WBC because of the insurance policy.
Hey, man.
Which it was funny. Did you see that?
Hit up Bad Bunny. Maybe he'll pay for it.
Yeah, right. Did you see that interview the other day with Shohei Ohtani when there was the reporter asked him if he would
I missed it.
So this reporter asked him if he'd be interested in pitching in the what would he consider pitching in the WBC? And he kind of laughed and joked and was like, I don't know. I mean, I guess not unless basically along the lines of him saying not unless I guess Mike Trout shows up in a meaningful situation and kind of laughed about it. Like everybody was just joking about it, but I just thought that was hilarious because it's like, they're good friends, but he probably busts his balls on that every now and then when he sees them just as, as friends.
But that's the rematch. I think a lot of us
I know. Well, and I wish Ohtani could pitch because I want to see Ohtani versus Judge. I want to see Ohtani versus Judge. I want to see, I mean, hopefully we see.
Yeah.
I hope
I'd probably rather see that because I want to see Mike Trout come back at his best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to see the best Mike Trout against the best version of Shohei. But I hope we kind of got that last time.
Hopefully we can get him depending on how Paul Skeens is used. Because thankfully we haven't heard anything from Paul Skeens as far as his pitch, his appearances in the WBC and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get a moment with him against a Shohei Ohtani or against even in the WBC or even against Team Dominican Republic, with one Juan Soto or so, who he just said yesterday he's looking to win the MVP. So and people can say what they want. I like the fact that he's cocky. I mean, you're $800 million man. You can be cocky. It's okay. And I love that. Some people don't like it. They can't stand it. But you know what? Juan Soto's $800 million richer than me and you. So yeah, dude.
And this will be the only time too in the next couple of weeks you and I will get to cheer on.
I mean, I've got it right. I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to do it.
But it'll be the only time you and I get to cheer on a player that's a rival in our division with Paul Skeens because I think the Pirates could be sneaky good this year.
And you know what? I hope they are. I really do. I really hope they are.
Yeah, it's good for the division.
It is. It's more fun that way because, and I know I get
Cardinals. You need to get your crap together.
I was going to say, I know I throw so much shade at St. Louis and the White Sox and all that, but in reality, it's more fun when those teams are good. It really is.
Yeah,
One of my best friends,
like one of my best
friends from college, he's a big time Cardinals fan, and we just used to have so much fun going back and forth with that. So, but dude, there's one team that I'm saying right now you don't need to sleep on. I know Dominican Republic's good. Obviously, Team Japan, USA, Mexico's always solid. Dude, Venezuela could be good too, and it's probably pretty obvious. But when you look at their lineup with Larissa Arias, William Contreras, Salvador Perez, Wilson Contreras, Eugenio Suarez, Ronald Acuna, Jackson Churio, dude, that lineup. I want to say, and I want to say who's Eduardo Rodriguez, Daniel Palencia from the Cubs. Pablo Lopez. I thought I want to say Jose Alvarado. But man, they've got and Ranger Suarez from the Red Sox signed. Venezuela, dude. Venezuela, and they were good. Like I want to say Venezuela was the ones that knocked out the Dominican Republic 3 years ago. And that's the thing about the Dominican Republic. 3 years ago, they had a stack roster too, and they didn't make it out of pool play, which it's cool to see. You know, you love seeing upsets, but I want to see Dominican Republic and Venezuela both make it, and I hope they do.
Yeah, man.
At least to the second round.
There's a lot of teams to watch out for. Of course, I think Mexico is 3-1 on Team USA, so they've been kind of whooping our butt for a
Mexico,
while now.
dude. Mexico, they've got major league players. They don't have like the stacked superstar guys that a lot of the other teams may have, but they're a team, especially in Miami. They're going to be right there. It's going to be like a home game for them. It really is when they're playing in those ballparks. Their fans know how to turn that stadium into their own. I mean, to like the 10th man, so to speak. It's crazy, dude. And they did that 3 years ago. They did that. I can't remember who they ended. They may have. I don't remember who eliminated them last year. Was it Team USA?
It may have been. I can't remember.
I don't remember, but
you could be right.
They were still a solid team in 23, so you can't count them out either, dude.
Italy could potentially be good too. I was kind of looking over at their roster. Of course, their ace, Aaron Nola, is going to be pitching for Team Italy. Kyle Nicholas from the Pirates. And guess which two previous Cub players?
Italy?
Hang on. Italy. One was on the team last year. The other one was on the team 2 years ago.
Owen Casey?
And one of the guys. No,
Owen Casey's Canadian.
Canadian. He's playing for Team Canada. One of the guys actually played for the Hot Rods in Bowling Green, Kentucky, Tampa Bay Rays single A team, for those that don't know. He played for the Hot Rods in 2016. He was on the Cubs in 2024.
It's not Matt Mervis. No.
It does start with an M.
So it's Matt Mervis I think he's Israel.
I'll give you a hint. He was on the Mariners last year.
Oh, Masterboni?
Mm-hmm. Miles Masterboni and
John
Birdie.
John Birdie's playing. I didn't know he was playing. Is he on it? Did he sign with a team this offseason?
I'm not sure if he signed with a team, but I know he will.
That's another thing, by the way. I like seeing some of these rosters have players that are either, I mean, I guess they're technically retired. They don't, like James Paxton. James Paxton's on a team, and he hasn't pitched with a major league team, I don't think, in like 2 or 3 years. There's a dude for, it's either Cuba. I think he's almost 40, if not. And he's the all-time leader in home runs in the WBC. I think he's played in 3. I cannot remember who he is, but just stuff like that. That's cool too. That's just a cool thing. But yeah, I don't remember seeing if John Birdie signed with somebody, but I didn't realize he was playing.
Yep. And I was just kind of looking at Mexico's roster. I mean, oh my God, Alex Carrillo with the New York Mets,
Javier Assad,
Miguel
Taj
Bradley with the Twins, Brandon Bernardino with the Rockies. On the pitching there, Alejandro Kirk
Alejandro Kirk.
With the Toronto Blue Jays. Nick Gonzalez from the Pirates. Joey Ortiz with the Brewers. Jared Cerna with the Marlins. Man. Asuna with the Texas Rangers. Like, yeah. I'm just so excited, man, for the World Baseball Classic start next week. I can't wait.
Dude, I'm gonna
And
get up early. It's gonna be like opening day last year with the Cubs when we were getting up at 4 a.m. watching some of the games. Like that's how this, especially with the Japan games. So
yeah,
it'll give me a reason to wake up early, like early.
I can't wait.
Early.
I can't wait, man. I'm so excited. I'm with you. And moving on to the next topic, and we'll kind of end with this with today's episode and just kind of ramble a little bit about opening day. Opening day is so special. I'm sure you've got memories. I've got memories as well. But like, would you put opening day for baseball fans like up there with like Christmas and Thanksgiving and your birthday?
Oh yeah. It should be it's almost like you can say people can say what they want about March Madness. I'm sorry. Opening day won the playoffs. MLB playoffs destroys March Madness in my opinion, but opening day is right up there with it. You've got all the games on. This will be my fourth time. This will be my fourth year in a row that I've gone to Cubs opening day, and
4 years in a row.
4 years in a row. My first one was
awesome. This is my first one this year.
My first one was the Brewers. It was the Brewers, and then the next year was the Rockies, and then the next year was last year was the Padres, and this year will be the Nationals. But yeah, man.
Excited,
I mean,
man.
it's nothing. It's just fresh, clean slate. There's stories that are going to happen. That there's guys on certain teams that are going to have special seasons that me and you have no clue yet. There's always players that just you don't think about that just come out of nowhere, and that's the guy that that's the guy that. Think about last year, Nick Kurtz. Nick Kurtz came up in the middle of the season, and I think if he would have played a full season, he would have competed with Cal Raleigh for the MVP, Cal Raleigh and Aaron Judge for MVP. But he's a guy, for example, that just showed up and just killed it. This year, man, it's going to be the same thing. And you take the season before, you see how certain players performed, and there's just so many storylines more than any other sport at the beginning of this year as far as, can this guy stay healthy? Can this guy bounce back? This guy's on the verge of possibly being done this year. How's he going to do? Mike Trout, for example, his such and such year with the Angels. Is he going to have one more Mike Trout style season? Just all that
Absolutely.
stuff can Cal Raleigh match the 60 home runs that he did last year? What
Kyle Stowers. Kyle Stowers was one of my personal favorites that plays for the Marlins.
Yeah, he was a guy that made the All-Star team. Made the All-Star team last year. Was really good. What stupid, ridiculous, crazy thing is Shohei Ohtani gonna do? What brand new stat? What brand new record club is Ohtani going to create?
He's going to be a switch pitching pitcher this year.
Yeah, exactly. And it wouldn't shock any of us. He's going to be a switch hitter and a switch pitcher this year. Ronald Acuna, is he a guy that won the MVP? Made it to did the 40-70 club? What was that, 2 years ago? Is he a guy that is he going to bounce back and remind everybody that he's Ronald freaking Acuna? Who's going to beat the Dodgers? Who's going to beat the big bet? There's just so much stuff, and it all starts with opening day.
Well, the Colorado Rockies win more than 43 games this year.
It all starts with opening day, man. And
it really does.
I cannot wait to be at Wrigley Field, freaking hot dog in the outfield. We go to Murphy's before. To check, to meet up with everybody. And
best baseball bar in the world, by the way.
It is. It's the best, man. That whole area is the best. But
it's the best.
It starts with opening day, and it really should be, at least in all the home, like in all the towns that they have the home games on opening day, they should be out of school. At least the city school should be.
Absolutely.
Don't get me
I
wrong.
agree.
I'm not a Reds fan, but they say that Cincinnati's opening day is crazy. Like they have a freaking parade, they say.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. It's a whole parade. It's a big deal.
Never been.
Our
I
drum
think this
tech,
year.
Jeff Boggs, he's a huge Reds fan. Has been
We
his whole
have. There's
life.
so
He's
many
told me
guys
about it
here
a
in
lot.
town that are Reds fans, and I like giving. I love giving them crap. Which, but I still, at the end of the day, I like going to Reds games. But you can ask the guys at Cubs on
Great
Tap too.
ballpark.
Like I cannot stand the Reds, but man, that they're a team. I want to say they start with the Red Sox this year at home, so that it's just going to be crazy. It is something that I'd like to go to, but I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I've got my tradition of Cubs opening day at Wrigley every year.
Exactly.
And
Well, I'm super excited to start my tradition this year, man. I was going to come last season with you guys and some of the Cubs on Tap guys, and just something come up. I wasn't able to make it, but I'm super excited to make it this year, man. Watching opening day at home is always cool and everything, but there's just, and I'm a person who makes my living from live events, so
Yeah.
I'm obviously biased, but there's just nothing like a live baseball game.
There's not.
Watching it at home is fun, especially if they're playing 4 a.m. in Japan against the Dodgers last year. That was cool. But being there live, man, it's just a completely different experience.
It is. And it's probably going to be
PCA
cold, but who cares?
PCA said it best in some of the interviews this past couple of days, talking about, he was kind of making digs at Dodgers fans because they show up late, they leave early, they come just to take pictures. He's right when he made his comment. They just come take pictures and that's it. But, he was talking about just how awesome Chicago Cub fans are because we're watching the whole game. And given there's other baseball teams in Major League Baseball that has great fans, and they're the same way. They care about their team, they want to watch the game, and that's just what makes opening day so much more special, so much more better. And for me, it's the start of the story. I've always said that Major League Baseball by far has the best story out of any other professional sports teams because NFL is just 18 games, it's 18 weeks. It's 162 with baseball. And some people may talk about, baseball's too long. Well, not if you're true baseball fans like us. What makes baseball special, it's the story that each team goes throughout the entire season. And to watch a team win a pennant or just make it in a wild card spot and come playoff time, man, to see all the adversity that they go through. Maybe there was people on the team starting out that you thought they were going to be the guy. They were going to be the first baseman. They were going to be that relief pitcher that they needed, but somebody comes up from AAA, that totally surprises us, or somebody comes up off the bench that we weren't expecting, or, free agent signings that didn't work out or do work out, or at the trade deadline you acquire a piece and it just helps catapult that team into playoff standings. And who's going to beat the Dodgers? The Blue Jays story was so incredible last year to watch them. They just rejolted, I think, that whole Canadian fan base last year. It was a disappointing ending for them, but to see how they're going to fare this year, man, I don't know. I'm just so excited.
I
can't wait
man.
for
it's the literal. I'll get it here in a second. Grind.
Yeah,
that's just the beauty of it. It's the grind, man.
Yeah, opening day, man, till the All-Star and then the dog days of
the All-Star game.
August.
You know where the All-Star game is this year, by the way?
Where it?
Atlanta.
It's Atlanta. No, again?
Not that far. Not that far from home, man. Just saying.
Wasn't it Atlanta last season?
No, last season was shoot. Hang on.
It wasn't Atlanta. It wasn't at Truist Park.
No, it was.
Let me look.
Hang on. I'm gonna hang on. I can. Let me think. Don't tell me yet. Don't tell me.
I thought it was Atlanta.
Was it Atlanta? Maybe this year it's in Philly.
Pretty sure it was Atlanta.
Maybe, yeah. This year I think it's Philly. Never mind. Shoot,
you're right. Next year. This year it's Philly. Then next year, 2027.
If there's a season, it's in
If
Chicago.
there's much of a season, it's going to be at Wrigley.
Which, by the way,
baby.
good luck.
Let's
Good
go.
luck getting a ticket to that. That ain't over $5,000.
Oh God, I can't imagine. It's going to be insane. But hey, we're here for it. We're going to be here with you guys every step of the way through this crazy long season. That's just an amazing journey. But WBC starting up in a couple days, man. We cannot wait. We're excited here on the Dugout Dispatch. And if you're Cubs junkies like we are, by the way, make sure that you check out Tyler and the boys on Cubs on Tap. They'll be with you all 162 postseason, hopefully, if our Cubbies make it and beyond. And yeah, they got you covered on all things Cubs. So make sure you check out Tyler and the boys on Cubs on Tap. Tyler, before we get out here, man, got any final closing thoughts or anything?
Let's see here. MLB The Show comes out pretty soon. I always say this is the last year I'm buying it, but I'm going to reserve it. I will. They get my money every year.
I get it every year.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, I know we talked at the beginning of this show about college baseball. I am so
don't sleep on college baseball.
I'm telling you, ever since I bought ESPN Unlimited to get to what was it, WrestlePalooza or whatever, like I bought that and then I ended up keeping it. I can watch all the games now, not just the ESPN Plus games. So I'm watching a lot of LSU, UCLA, Texas. I can always watch Coastal Carolina, but I still watch Coastal Carolina. I watch a lot of the Louisville games. I wish freaking Western Kentucky would show all their games. They do every now and then. It just depends.
Por favor. I really want to go to Hilltoppers.
I'm telling you, this year. I believe it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks they play Louisville at home. I'm dying to get a ticket. You got LSU at Vandy in a few more weeks after that.
Yeah, that'll be
cool. Man.
Remind me about that Louisville Hilltopper game.
I'll do it. I will do it because
I go to that one if I can.
I've got it marked on my calendar. I've got days I've got to burn this year, and that's one of them.
Reserving them for baseball.
I've got a buddy already talking about wanting to do the 999 challenge, and I'm like, I would fail miserably, but we can try.
We can try.
But
I love it.
Man, I am. I'm in search of getting a new grill right now. I've got to get that before the season starts because what's a good baseball season? What's a good baseball season without a good grill?
Right.
We're here though, man. We're here.
Do something with his hair. What outfit are we going to wear, Tyler? Are we going to match on opening day?
What are we doing? Too. Not sure.
Maybe
I'll just get like a fake tattoo, like flames or something, or like a big snake.
Yeah, there you go. Why not? Guys, hey, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, follow us, all that good stuff. Leave us a comment on this video. What are your opening day traditions? And if you're going to watch some opening day baseball, we'd love to hear from you. Co-host Tyler Edmonds, everybody. I'm Steve Jewell. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Dugout Dispatch. We'll see you on the next. Go baseball, baby.
Later.